people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it to the end zone, but it's incomplete. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you don't like that call on the opening drive of the game.
It's a very strong limb that you're out on right now. Okay, and look, the game between college and the NFL continues to creep closer, but that is truly a college play, not an NFL play. Because you'd snap the ball from the 3-yard line there, whether it's going for 1 or going for 2. So it makes sense to try it that way, to maybe fake it. In this case, from the 15, makes 0 sense.
And now your lead's just 6-0 instead of 7-0. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
With his height, that's exactly where you want to put it for him. But even that throw was a little tall to connect for the touchdown.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And some nice running going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams 35. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Here's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
Burrow looking to pass. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A big seam, and he might go all the way. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on first and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. First and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
On first down, it's White. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. And the Rams come into this one still undefeated despite the 1 tie. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
To throw on 2nd and 10. White, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. A big play there for Cincinnati. 45 yards. They'll give it to Mixon. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
2nd down and goal. Burrow sliding out of the pocket. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Led the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. McPherson's kick is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. Now White with a first down throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Joseph. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out to the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on it. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Out of the gun, it's White. Touchdown, Rams! A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this will be caught at the 30.
Here we go.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. Now Burrow on 1st down. Looking for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And that is incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 15-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that's a touchdown, but hold on, there is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
On 2nd down, Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bengals are back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. White. He finds his man, complete. It's Joseph. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Now White. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Joseph. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw, White. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's White. Throw left side complete. That's Joseph. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's good for 28 yards. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. But they also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes two to tango. Back to the air on second down. White over the middle, complete. It's Joseph. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. On 1st and 10, White. And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown. Patterson now for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. The Bengals drive about to get going. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Here we go.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
On one. Ready?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
12, 11.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it. Gets through, and now an opening. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 68 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. First down. Here's Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this one is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
22 yards there, a first down.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Throwing again on second down. Burrow. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now it's Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And now he's going to go down. A big sack, and they're unable to tie it. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. White looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Joseph. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before break. White. He finds his man, complete. That's Joseph. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning...
He's got a man, complete! And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And give him a gain of 37.
Here we go.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He's going to try and go deep again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Well, that's true. You've said that before. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guy's right.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to take another shot here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get the ball to his tight end in the center of the field where he runs a lot of his routes and ostensibly is extremely comfortable. He was hoping he'd find a seam and a big gainer to go along with it, but that one was incomplete.
Mixing up the middle. And he's got this down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Mixon with a 1st down carry. 124 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 16, Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The strong windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the 1st down.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. He's able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
Mixon will try the right side. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
Here we go.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now it's Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, tried to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
To throw again on second down. White. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Joseph. His record-setting ball game just continues. I mean, we're getting into silly territory here. He is closing in on 400 yards. Off play action, here's White. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. On first down, it's White. He'll find a man over the middle, Tutu Atwell. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. Final minute now of the third quarter. From the 36, White to the right side and complete to Atwell. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. White. His throw caught at about the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Akers. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Now White. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a third and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
He's going to go up top again, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try to throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
On third down, Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running it.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So they get the interception, and almost as importantly, a big return after that.
And who was the guy that saved the touchdown, partner? The guy who threw the interception. A lot of times, he just gives it the old.
And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. A big play coming now for the Rams as they'll go for 2. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. Now another try at 2 here from the 7 now. They'll try and throw for it. Interesting call there. They went for 2 even after the penalty from the 7-yard line. It didn't pay off.
I think the first thought is to go ahead and kick the extra point, but you're not kicking it from the 7-yard line.
Yeah,
right?
because you get pushed 5 back on the PAT as well.
Right, so they have to take it from the 15 to administer the penalty. So now you're kicking it around 40 yards. So I understand why they probably went for 2 there. They thought they had a better play and a better chance in that situation.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time. And
we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Mixon. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 148 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Burrow on play action. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
He sets to fire deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 39 yards there, a big one.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nice.
Touchdown! Joe Mixon with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Now White with a first down throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Joseph. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, L.A. Van Jefferson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
From just shy of midfield, Burrow. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
Here we go.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run the play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Now it's Burrow. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
On 1st and 10, White. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jesse Bates. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now they go play action now. Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now it's Burrow. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing again, it's Burrow. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Burrow looking to pass. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They're passing here. Joe Burrow toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel.